My name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer. They call me El Scorcho in these sports books because all I do is take them for every single dollar they got. Coming to you live and direct from our studio here at VIP Sports, sponsored by MyBookie. New state-of-the-art studio in my office here at VIP Sports in Las Vegas. For all you guys that are in town, make sure you come by. We always welcome walk-ins. Matter of fact, I get more walk-ins than a damn hair salon. You know what I'm saying? People are always coming in to get that money. But anyway, we got a great show for you today, guys. June 21st, 2019, podcast number 222. Unbelievable, man. I had no clue it would get this far. But if you like what we've done so far, you're going to love where we're going. Appreciate everybody that's tuned into the show. Appreciate all the love you guys have been giving. I know I've been slacking on my content lately, but it's summertime. This is usually the time my company unwinds and takes a couple weeks off. However, with sports betting being legal in all these states now, money never sleeps. So I got to make sure I take care of all my guys. Anyway, June 24th, and boy, do we have a show for you. Got a special guest coming by, like I told you last week, a client of mine, Dr. Anthony, guy that's been with me for 30 days and has made 6 figures. We're going to allow him to explain his story and how he found me and what we've been doing and how we've been getting that money. You know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. One thing about me is I can show you better than I can tell you. If you're just tuning into the VIP Sports Podcast, this is pretty much a spinoff of my show, Money Talks, that I had on CNBC, which brought you into my life as the #1 sports consultant money can buy. This is a sports betting show. My job is to tell you how to make money betting sports, period. I'm not here to break down every game. I'm not here to give you analytical stuff. I don't have a degree in sports. I don't have any analytical programs. I don't know who won the Super Bowl in 1955, and frankly, don't give a shit. This show is all about winning games against the spread, and I'm that dude. I deal directly with players, coaches, and CEOs. I deal with the biggest sports bettors in the world. So if you're listening to this show, my guys that have been with me, you know I give out more free golden nuggets in this show than any other sports betting show in the world, any podcast, or anything else on TV. Nobody's taking people high 70% for free like I do. But you got to make sure you pick your calls. Guys, advertising opportunity. I know you guys, and listen, I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of calls for sponsors, and whether it's a lack of money or the type of product, please don't think any bad way of me. Like I said, we're accepting all new sponsors, but it's got to be right for the podcast. CBD, marijuana, whatever you guys are, advertising opportunity. If you watch or listen to the podcast, you own a small business, you want to get involved in this booming trillion-dollar sports betting industry, email me, advertising@VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We'll get back with you with all the details how you become a sponsor of the show. Shout out to my boy Joe Poindexter. Shout out to my boy Nick Goodland. Let's go get that damn money. Anyway, guys, we got a special guest on the show. Today we're going to recap some Major League Baseball. Guys, I've been telling you about the first 5 innings. We're definitely going to touch a little bit on that because that's where all the money is right now. And nothing feels better when you win a game first 5 innings. You win a game the first hour into the game, you're done for the day. That's real sports betting. Not a guy that has to go 4 or 5 hours and stress out on a game wondering if you're going to win or not. Major League weekend, marquee matchups. I'm going to start giving you guys the weekend matchups that's going to take you over and beyond what you ever thought was possible. You want to get a hold of us. There's a lot of fraud out there. People acting like they're me. People acting like they're Skipper. People acting like they're VIP Sports. We don't email. We don't text. You want to make sure it's us, 877-220-6540. If you're looking for a free pick, go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages for all size shapes of sports bettors. If you're just getting in the business, whether you're an amateur sports bettor, novice, or you think you're a pro, I'm not looking to change anything you're doing. All I'm looking to do is add to your arsenal. I don't want to see these sports books take people for any more money than they already have. You work too hard for your money to give it away. This show today is going to show you how to get more money than you fucking possibly ever imagined. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And when you click the subscribe button, make sure you hit that little bell to get notified of anything that I'm doing, whether I'm with a client, sports book review, whatever the hell it is I'm doing, you'll always get an alert. I appreciate all your comments. We read every single one of them, and we always appreciate your thumbs down. Thumbs down. I appreciate your thumbs up. G's up, hoes down. But we appreciate all your thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, and I truly appreciate all your support. You can also listen to my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Pocket Cast, and any other major podcast speakers. All you got to do is say, play the VIP Sports Las Vegas podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at VIP Sports LV. You can direct message me with any questions. We'll get back with you immediately. Oh, by the way, guys, make sure you get one of the shirts. I know a couple of you guys out there say, I've already got them all. I'm ready for some new ones. So am I. But in order to drop any type of new product or a new shirt, we got to at least hit 10,000. We sold like 8,000 right away, and now we're stagnant between 8 and 10,000. We're like a little bit over 9,000. So once we get these other 900 sold, we're going to release something new. But check out our new Absolute Blowout Winter merchandising line. Up your swagger this summer with the gear that'll make you the envy of everyone at the sports book, the game, the sofa. If you know me, you definitely know what an absolute blowout winner is, and now is your chance to step up your gear in your own hometown. Go to absoluteblowoutwinter.com today and get one of your shirts and up your swagger up a little bit. You deserve it. Fair enough? Guys, I got a special guest in the house. I told you guys the thing that separates me besides being licensed and bonded in the state of Nevada, same location for 18 years, winning more games than anybody in the business. I like to bring real clients on. My guy that I have coming in right now has been a client of mine for about 30 days. I don't know if you guys remember the podcast I dropped a little bit over a month ago with my guy from Texas that won he won 30-something thousand in one day, took a flight out here. He was here for 4 days, made $200,000 in 4 days. Anthony saw that podcast. That's what got him intrigued, and it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to represent my client, my friend, Dr. Anthony, concierge psychiatrist out here in Las Vegas, superstar. And this is a guy that I love making money for because I like meeting him, because this is a guy that'll keep your head straight for sure. I told him, I'll make you money. You just make sure I stay focused, which if you guys know me, that may be a hard thing. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Anthony.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me. So happy to be here. I just want to start off by saying life changed forever after day one, feeling light as a feather.
Well, you should be.
Yeah.
And I want you to.
Yeah.
Well, Doc, man, like I said, we've met about 30 days ago. Reason why I wanted you to come on the show, like I said, is when you first contacted me, you told me that you had dealt with someone else. You were betting on your own. Because, see, guys, Dr. Anthony, he's not going to tell you. He has money. He has a great profession that he makes money. He's looking to this strictly for a second income.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Correct.
so when you came to me, you saw the podcast. I know that you had heard about me before. Talk to me.
Well, first,
You're right there.
First of all, sports betting became more enticing just considering the changes in the laws. 2018, sports betting being legal, I believe, about 10 states.
Correct.
Changes a big picture, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because there's a lot of money in it. For me, what sports betting means to me is not a primary income. I'm not trying to be a professional sports bettor. I'm trying to make a secondary income because you have family members who have health problems, you have family members taking out payday loans, and life is happening now. It's great to plan for the future, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So for me, I want to make sure that no one has to worry as far as the people that are in my tight circle. So starting off, started looking at the Showtime show, increase my intrigue level, and moving from there, I fell into the trap. To be honest and to be upfront, I fell into the trap in working with a marketing person, marketing themselves as a true consultant when they're not really a true sports betting consultant. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't win at all. It just means you may not win that marathon. You may do really well in the sprint on the short term, but you may have huge challenges in the long run if you want this to be something that has some level of longevity, even 3 to 6 months as a starting point. So moving on from there, I wanted to try and figure out how I can do things on my own. You know, smart guy.
So you got with a service. You saw the. We'll talk about this later. You saw something on Showtime, which you know now is a copied show of mine, trying to act like me.
Correct.
You lost some money, and then you're trying it on your own, just to break it down in black and white.
Exactly. And where that landed me, specifically betting NBA playoffs, because love watching the NBA, and you feel confident. So you win 1, you win 2, you win 3, and you're ready to start betting larger bets. And by betting larger bets, I mean betting 40,000 to win 11,000.
Oh my God! Now I got to stop you right there. So you lost money with a service, you got bamboozled, whatever. You believe some bullshit, a marketing guy. You know, there is a lot of world-class marketers out there, guys that real good at marketing, don't have a clue about sports betting. You know what I mean? So talk to me. So you bet 40,000 to win 10, because that blew me away when I talked to you. What were you bet? What were you betting?
So it was the Bucks versus Celtics. So it's first game Milwaukee.
So you're betting money line.
Exactly, money line. Because I don't have the time nor the knowledge or the experience.
Correct.
To bet the games with the lower juice, the higher risk games.
Right.
It's easier for me to bet the favorites, and I guess at that point, hope that it goes through.
Okay, so just to fast forward something, but right before you called me, you got in the industry, you love it, sports betting's everywhere, you see it's $1 billion industry, you want your fair share, you want your piece of the pie.
Yes, sir.
I understand.
Yes,
We've
sir.
talked off air several about the stock market. You know, you tie up hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars over there for a return that doesn't even get you excited.
Right.
You're living for today. Now, you have to set your life up for the future, but like you said, you're not playing with your last. You know, like you told me, you put a couple $100,000 aside for this. That's not hurting anything you're doing with your life.
Exactly.
So you got with a service and got robbed for 20, 30,000. You bet games on your own. When you came to me, you were down, what, 70+ thousand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and just off betting on your own and getting bamboozled from somebody, correct?
Yeah, it was Bucks game, Raptors game, Warriors game. That about did it.
God, I wish you would have called me earlier. But it is what it is. Hard lesson, right?
Exactly.
So then you lose 70,000. How do you get to me?
So how I get to that point is, and this is the number one message that I want to get across. This is the number one point I want to get across is don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait
people that all the
until
time.
it's too late, because once it's too late, you can't get out of the hole. I got out of the hole. It took 3 weeks to get into the hole. It took 4 weeks to get out plus some. So that's the big message for me is don't wait till it's too late. All I simply did was put sports betting in my YouTube channel. And the first things that pop up is Money Talks and your YouTube channel. So I started doing a little bit of research. And
Which, keep it real, at first, kind of the way I speak, and we've talked off air about the cursing and stuff, a little turned off because you're a professional, but at the same time you were telling me that you looked deeper into me. So what does that mean?
well, I may have a different background and experience than a lot of my colleagues. So there are a lot of things that may be more familiar to me just by happenstance that wouldn't be familiar to my colleagues, for example, just considering young professionals. So for me, there are just certain things that I paid attention to and clued in on, which, number one, you're in the same location for 17 years.
Well, yeah, you ran up on me, didn't you?
I did.
You almost ran the Cadillac truck through the window. You was like, look, dude, I need to get with Steve immediately. And I
Well-
loved that about you.
Well, the first thing you notice is you don't have a bunch of security around. We're not on high alert in here. We're sitting here comfortable, cool, considering all the money that you post online. And why is the reason for that is because it's serious business. You're not hiding behind social media. You're not hiding behind Instagram.
Correct.
You're not sitting in Mexico or somewhere out of the country during March Madness.
Correct.
You're
You know what I mean?
meeting with your clients face to face, and So to get closer to the point as far as how things got established between us, I basically saw the website, sent an email through, got a response within minutes, and then we met 2 days later.
Correct.
We had a business lunch meeting. You broke down the action plan, which is really important to have an action plan, discuss the goals. Then you have the commission fee. So I put up the 20 dimes for the commission fee, and the expectation is to get that back a week or less. Now, we popped off 2 L's starting off, which is rough.
And I want to talk about that too.
Yes, sir.
So we got together. You came to me. You chose to you wanted to work commission. You went and met with me. You told me you were down 70,000. You had told me everything that you were doing, and that just blew me away. I mean, we talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
My job is to teach you the formula for success: money management, discipline, but more importantly, how to bet.
Exactly.
I mean, I had to go take you back to the basics to start with and show you that you never bet 40,000 to win 10. You never do anything. The things that you were doing were so, awful. And, it was my job to teach you, how to do it. So you chose to go with the 50-50 split commission.
Yes.
It's normally 25,000. I told you just give us 20, we'll go 50-50 split.
Correct.
But I also told you that I won't take my commission until we get your investment back, correct?
Correct.
All right. So first 2 games, what happened?
Oh, well, no. Actually, the first game was the Astros game. The
Okay.
first game was the Astros game, and I bet the units wrong, but it popped.
Correct.
It
You were
popped
supposed-
easy.
So you were supposed to bet 10 and you bet 4 or something, right?
Well, I bet to win 10.
I only
bet
picked up 7.
10, not to win 10.
You still didn't know how to place bets the right way. I mean, guys, this guy, and I'm just going to go out and say it. The guy came from fucking Vegas, Dave, from watching the fucking show, and then came to me. This guy didn't even know how to bet. These guys, claim to be doing stuff and this, that, and the other. The guy didn't even know how to put in a bet the correct way. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we'll just get this out of the way in 30 seconds and move on and move forward to real important stuff. But Vegas Dave doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you. You'll never see him. You'll never touch him. You'll never get a good explanation from him. And he'll never wait for a win before he collects your money. But what's really important is that, like I was saying...
Well, the end result for you was minus 50 grand. Let's keep it 100. You're just being a professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so coming up...
So the dude buried you.
Well, I mean, being a smart person, I could have figured it out. But the problem for me is I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay off my school loans this year.
Well,
in
dealing with a
total.
fraud like that wasn't going to help you, was it?
It was going to take, well, even me just figuring it out on my own, even just using some tips and suggestions, it would have taken too long. It would have taken 20 times longer than betting games with low juice that are higher risk, but like you say, like you preach, 1 game a day, not every day. And so for us, that's the key to success in a shorter period of time. So after understanding that, after the Astros game, we lost 2.
Right.
And that was a tough place to be in because...
Let's go back to that. So
Okay.
here it is. You came to me. You're talking about how this little dude buried you and blah, 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 blah. So you're down 70. You come back to me. You win a first game for 10, but you bet it wrong. So you didn't bet 2 bet. 2 win. You just bet the 10, so you ended up picking up like 7 G's or whatever.
Correct.
Right? So, and that was supposed to be, your money back or whatever, and we do our thing.
Yeah.
So then the next game, I think it was minus $1.30 something or whatever. You learn how to bet the right way. 13,000, loser.
Yes.
Talk the next day, no big deal, we lose. Because, losing's part of the business. I never remember telling anybody I don't lose. As long as you win 3 games to every one you lose, it really don't matter. So next game, all right, blah, 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 give him a total. Loser.
Yeah.
You lose another $12,000. So here you're out your investment, and now you're down 20 grand. It was time where I had to come, I was like, listen, here's the deal. Don't worry about nothing. And what you told me?
Well,
I trust the process.
Yeah, it's a process. I mean, if you want to decrease your anxiety levels, which you can decrease them to a level 0, but if you want to really be in the business and do it in a healthy fashion, I would consider it along a span of maybe 10 games. So if we're getting, close to 7+ wins out of 10 games, you're always going to make a profit, and that's what we do. We always make a profit because at the end of the week, we're always either even at the least, but mostly up.
That's what I was going to say, and I was going to talk about that as well. Because, guys, it's real simple. We've been together for 30 days. Dr. Anthony came to me minus 70,000 plus his investment. So you can add it up to 80, 90, 100, whatever the total that he was down. The bottom line is this, Doc. You've been with me for 30 days. Is it true or not, at $10,000 a game, have we got back the money you were down and up six figures, yes or no?
Easy. Easy.
So you came to me, I got back not only your investment, but all of the money you were down, and now your account is plus six figures, correct?
Yes, correct. And the most important part is, once you get past the commission fee, once you get past the initial upfront fee, all the money is the bookie's money after that.
We're playing with the bookie's money. That's what I tell people all the time. I don't want anything from Dr. Anthony's family. I don't want anything from you. I want the bookie's money, plain and simple.
Exactly.
It's you and I against the bookie, not you and I against each other.
Exactly. So the part where I think, one major thing as far as how the sports books win is once you start going into desperation mode, your thoughts aren't clear.
Correct.
So you start making emotional bets, you start chasing, and you choose to do one of either three things, I believe. One, you choose to just give up because your girl's giving you a hard time, or you tell a family member or a friend and they're like, this is probably not a good thing. Like, I'm very concerned.
Or you start off with an investment and two losers. I'm done. I just lost 40, 50. I'm done.
Exactly.
You know how many people quit? Like I said, you said it earlier. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
So it's real easy to jump ship, and that might be a good place for you because this is not for everybody.
It's for big boys.
You have to have the courage and you got to have the stamina to be able to endure the losses. So it is a huge roller coaster, but in the end, it really pays off if you do it the right way. So the second thing that can happen to people is they go into chase mode and they start saying, well, I lost, I got to get this back now.
Now they're out of pocket betting shit they never planned on betting on before.
Exactly. Well, like you say, WNBA.
Yeah, exactly. I lost this game this afternoon. I'm looking for what's on the web, and I'll bet this WNBA. Come on, man. When you're betting WNBA, that means you just better stop. You know what I mean? It's getting to a level that's a little out of control. You know what I mean? We're not betting WNBA. And the first thing I told you is we don't chase them, we replace them. You always live to see another day.
Exactly. And that's the important thing to remember. So the third option is, which I chose, is trust the process. So that was my response after we spoke about those two losses early on.
Correct.
Is I trust the process. And I'm looking at it, what's our record going to be like after the first 10 games? We went 1-3 the first 3 games, but we could go 7-10 or 8-10 or more.
Well, we won
after
7, 8
10 games.
in a row. That's what I'm saying. We pop off games. And it's back to my thing. Guys, when you have a bad week's not supposed to be, like I told you when I met you, minus 50 grand, minus 30 grand, betting $10,000 a game. A bad week for me, when you're following the process, is breaking even, losing a unit. That's a bad week for me. You know what I mean? So, we have bad days and bad weeks, but like you say, you pick up 5 units. The other 3 weeks, you're picking up 15 units. That's $150,000 to a 10-9 player all day long.
So after the first 2 losses, 2 days later, we popped off 2 wins in one day. We had an absolute blowout winner. I believe it was the Twins, and they just killed it starting 3rd inning, I believe.
Correct.
And
like you said, you got to believe in the process. We start ripping them up.
Exactly. So for me, in working together and working closely, being able to be around someone it's tangible. I can see you, I can reach out to you. There's a response, there's a back and forth feedback, and it's not just on direct message or following comments or whatever.
You mean we actually have a relationship?
Absolutely.
Like a client, this is how you roll. This is a business partnership between you and I.
Absolutely. And even beyond my initial comfort level, just considering, like I said, what's a little bit more familiar to me than maybe other professionals, when you get to know the real Steve, then you get to understand that it's not just about the money. It's really, really, truly not just about the money. And when you have that mentality and that mindset, when you have that down, even a bad day is a good day.
Correct.
When you have that type of mentality. So for me, things that are really important is considering stocks, bonds, 401ks, mutual funds. I don't see any way I'm going to make that level, the certain amount of money, going those routes versus what we're doing and what we're working on. And for me, my goal is, whether it's using a consultant or not, to be part of the top 1%, and that's my goal.
Correct. Well, and you're achieving that goal all day long. So, guys, I mean, here's another guy that I saved that was down, didn't know what to do, was betting on its own. That's what 90% of sports bettors do. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why it's my job to help these guys, consult them, and make money together with them. So, you know, Anthony, you were with a service. You spent money, you got burned, you got buried 70 G's, you came to me, we got your account back, and all your money back, plus up 6 figures. What advice can you give these people out there that are betting on their own, or they're with other services and been through the same thing, like calling me, like what's the difference of how you were doing it and dealing with me?
Well, I think my biggest advice is, if you think that you're going to do something, considering sports betting, if you think that you're going to do something that's going to be a risk, basically, if you think you're going to do something that can lose you serious money, they should probably run it by you first.
That'd be a good idea, don't you think? Because you don't want to get hit over the head. A lot of people can't recover from what you recovered from. You know what I mean? You jumped in the game. $10,000 a game is a big player.
Yeah, I really, truly feel confident I would have figured it out. It just would have taken probably like 4 years, 5 years, and I just don't want to wait that long.
Well, I don't think anybody does. We'll make sure that, we're trying to get your rolls in what? What did we say, 60 days?
We're under 60 days.
All right, well,
don't play with me.
All right, so we're down to like 40 or 45 days, something like that, huh? Well, we'll make that happen for sure. But look, Doc, man, I just appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come by, letting the people know exactly what we've done, the money that we've made together, everything that's going on, and more importantly, you being a Vegas resident, a high-end guy. And I appreciate everything you've done for me as well. You've been a picture-perfect client. Don't forget, a lot of these people out there rob you. This guy, JC from Texas, which, he's going to pay either way. But, this guy, you make certain guys tens of thousands of dollars, and then they go and mess up on their own. They don't tell you, and then it ruins our relationship, which is a shame.
Well, my other advice is try to get yourself in a place where you're not, like, probably everybody's going to watch the game, or at least track it. It's just too difficult not to, right? The urge is too strong. You got to know. You got to know. Don't let it get too far into your personal life. Don't let it affect your interactions, how you communicate with others. Don't let it affect your attitude and your demeanor on the job, so.
Is that not one of the first things that I taught you? Was that not one of our first discussions in our first meetings when we met?
I'll always track the games. I'll never.
No. You'll always track the games. I'm talking about the emotional part.
Don't let it interfere with your personal life.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Like when you're at work, like I can't be around the kids and be all happy when I'm up 5-0, and then I look at the game and it's 8-6. Shut up, Aubrey Hill. Dominic, go sit in your room. Nah, you got to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, and don't like, in the middle of the game or the game starts losing, don't reach out and like start going into panic mode. Also, don't freak out after the loss. Just try and contain those emotions and just wait. Give yourself some time, some breathing room, some breathing space. Think about it, and then just worry about what the next steps are going to be. The bounce back is bigger than the loss. The bounce back is always bigger than the loss in our situation.
But what's the very first step for these people? Don't they got to call me?
Don't wait.
You're giving all this advice and all that. What's the very first step you need to do to make money?
Well, if they don't call you, then that's better for me, because then I don't got to worry about you getting too distracted.
Well, like I'm always going to be distracted. But like I said,
and considering that, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
When's the last time you were this focused?
This focused?
This focused as you are right now.
It's been a while.
How long?
Probably since my kid was born, about 6 years.
Yeah.
I'm refocused, no doubt about it. I'm focused in the business. Like I said, we have meetings, we talk about it, executing, and we've been taking these bookies down for a long time over these last 30 days, and it's not going to stop.
Well, we need another shirt. You
Yeah.
know, we need a laser sharp focus shirt.
No doubt
That's
about
what
it.
we need.
We'll drop that with Master Closer 101. That comes into the motivation.
What's my cut on that? Because
I don't know. Go ahead and bring a $2 million deal to the table. We'll get you your piece.
Or you just give me the Rolls Royce for that one.
It depends, man. We drop 100,000 on these next 2 games. We'll work something out for sure. You know that. Anthony, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, guys, you want to be like Anthony? You want to turn it around and get that money? 877-220-6540. Nobody in the business wins more games than I do, period. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about how you can make some money in Major League Baseball. We're going to talk about the first 5 innings and how you can make 6 figures or more in 30 days, right after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. Before the break, I had Dr. Anthony, concierge psychiatrist here in Las Vegas, one of my clients. Guys, like I said, man, my job is to make you more money than you've ever imagined, but you got to watch out for all the fake-ass people out there. These guys claim to be world-class handicappers, multi-millionaires, social media geniuses. All they are is world-class marketers. These guys don't know nothing about sports betting, and I just don't want you guys to be fooled anymore. You want to make more money than you've ever made in your life, 877-220-6540. Give me a call. I'm doing a promotion that'll knock your fucking socks off. I'm gonna allow you guys to get 7 days of my owner selections. 7 days of my owner selections, which is normally a $500 per game value, $2,500 a week. If you call in the next 48 hours, I'm going to give you guys 7 days of owner selections for $250. We only got another week here at the office to grind, so I want to make you guys some money before I take my break. And then when we come back, it's all about building a bankroll for football. Believe me, last thing we want to do is go into college football using your own money. There's more money to be made in baseball than ever, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. And our Major League Baseball segment is brought to you by my boys at mybookie.ag. We all know that watching sports is fun, but it's a hell of a lot more entertaining when you got action on the games. You heard us talking about mybookie.ag for weeks now. It's one of the bets that you will be happy with all year long. Created by online gaming pioneers in 2012, MyBookie vows to improve the sports betting experience where so many other brands have failed year in and year out. MyBookie.ag has delivered on its promise of excellent customer service, fast and easy payouts with in-game live betting, the most rewarding player perks in the business. MyBookie is the place to put yourself in action today. MyBookie.ag is offering a 50% deposit bonus on all new accounts to jumpstart your bankroll. Log on to mybookie.ag today and use the promotional code Las Vegas, all one word, to collect on the industry's biggest bonus incentive. And make sure you follow Bet My Bookie on Twitter and Instagram to get the latest odds and props as they're posted. Whether you're an expert or a rookie, you should be betting at mybookie.ag. And remember, guys, who you are betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. Anyway, guys, what do you say we talk a little baseball? Get that money, get that scratch. Wednesday, home teams went 12-4 and favorites went 13-3. Just going over little stats to make you some money. For all those degenerates out there that bet the favorite, you guys finally made yourself a little money. Home teams on Wednesday went 12-4 and favorites went 13-3. We're going to talk about a little over umpire stats. You guys know that we've been giving you umpire stats behind the plate the entire year. These are very, very important stats that you don't get anywhere else. However, this is the over umpire stat. Carlos Torres has been one of the best over umpires this season. Torres is now 10-3 to the over behind home plate. So guys, what that saying is when Carlos Torres is behind home plate, the games go over. So find out when Torres plays and bet the game over. Real fucking simple. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. If you're out there guessing, at least give yourself a game that you can, take one of the guesses off the podcast. If you're too lazy to call me and make the real money, at least take the advice I give you rather than guessing on your own. You'll have a better shot. By the way, 14-3 dating back to last year. Torres is seeing a ridiculous 11.5 runs per game behind the plate, which is an amazing amount of runs if you're an umpire behind the plate. So it is what it is. It's a real stat, and that's a 70% stat that you want to take advantage of. If you want to go back to last year, 14-3, you're looking at an 80+% stat. You can't deny shit like that, guys. When you got Carlos Torres behind home plate, make sure you bet the over. We're going to go on to some betting trends. Write this down, guys. Teams with a sub 400 record in June or beyond that are on win streaks of 2 or more games. Once again, teams with a sub 400 record in June or beyond that are on a win streak of 2 or more games have gone 274 and 281 in their next matchup. And because most of those bad teams have been underdogs, that record has won 80 units since 2005 for a 14.4 return on investment. So, guys, without all the bullshit and trying to read stats on your own, I don't go off stats and this, that, and the other. It plays a part of it, but I deal with players, coaches, CEO. If a team was out all night, starting pitchers on blow with prostitutes, someone catches a DUI, their plane got laid over due to weather. There's so many elements that have to do with betting sports and winning money, and you guys don't have access to that information. So, you ever had a problem paying someone that made you money? I didn't think so. Call now, take advantage of that owner selection. $250 for 7 days. I'm going to give you a little recap also. At 37 minutes, 35 seconds into last week's podcast, I'm going to give you an exact quote. You want to make money, Cincinnati Reds under. Did I not say that? Poppy, did I tell him that? If you want to make money, Cincinnati Reds under. Guess what the result was? The Reds are 14-1 to the under in their last 15 fucking games. Can you believe that shit, guys? So you might want to get on the Cincinnati under with a 14-1 percentage. You're not getting anything better than that. That's 90+%. Pay attention, guys. Stay focused when you're betting sports. You don't got time to throw your money away. I'm tired of you guys getting robbed by these marketing fake-ass companies. What about the trap? We did talk about a trap. I said, be careful of betting on the St. Louis Cardinals. I said this game could be a trap. Guess what the result was, guys? Cardinals were minus 270. Road favorites on Tuesday versus the Marlins, and St. Louis lost 8-0. Here's a team minus almost $3 losing outright, ladies and gentlemen. So, I don't know what else I can do for you. Rather than betting and guessing on your own, give me a call. We'll partner up, and I'll show you how to make more money betting sports than you do at your day job. After all, you deserve it. It's summertime, and you can use a little bit of extra paper. Fair enough? Anyway, great value is what we also talked about, okay? Great value. Cleveland Indians were just minus $1.15 favorites at Texas on Tuesday. Guess what the result was, guys? Indians won 10-1. Cleveland, by the way, is 5-1 in their last 6 road games. So if you're going to take Cleveland, I'd make sure I took them on the road because they're not that good at home. But on the road, they're kicking ass and taking names right now. Speaking of the Braves to the over, 2 weeks ago we said Braves to the over. Also last week, recapped the Braves to the over and said the Braves are still trending to the over. Guess what, guys? The Braves made a remarkable run to the over, going 18-2 to the over in their last 20 games. You guys want to write that down? Braves are 18-2 to the over in their last 20 games. One of the hottest trends in baseball. If you're not on it or haven't been, shame on you. You deserve to get it done. So now this is a team that's not hot, team that'll put you in foreclosure, team that'll have your old lady having sex with the neighbor for some sugar, and you don't want that shit to happen either. So here's teams that are not hot. Guys, the Milwaukee Brewers are on amber alert. They just got swept by San Diego, and before that, they lost 2-3 to San Francisco. Milwaukee went just 2-6 on their road trip. Milwaukee will begin a 4-game set against the Reds on Thursday, yesterday. Reds coming off an impressive sweep of the Houston Astros. Since he is hot right now, Milwaukee Brewers are playing like shit. Cincinnati's not really one of those big money-making teams. Although they are trending right now, it's a game that I wouldn't bet myself. My opinion, two shitty teams, and you can't trust Milwaukee, but I don't want you betting on Milwaukee for a while. Till I start talking about them again, I don't want you to do shit. Here's where I've been getting my money. Told you guys first 5 innings is where all the money's at. It's an easy way to get paid, and it's paying 70+% right now. First 5 innings since last week's podcast. You guys got your pen and a piece of paper? These are the first 5 innings of teams' records since last week's podcast. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's really like I'm giving you guys too much information. No wonder Skip's mad at me. I really am. But anyway, here you go. Boston Red Sox, 4-0 in the first 5 innings since last week. New York Yankees, 5-1. Oakland, 5-1. Cleveland, 5-1. Angels, 5-1. Colorado Rockies, 4-0. 5, 10, 15, 20, 28, and 4. And you wonder why I'm getting rich and all my clients are getting rich and why Dr. Anthony made a couple $100,000 and why I got another client up $2.2 million? There you go. I don't know, why I would even do that, but you guys still need to know when to pick your spots. Do you see the money there since last week's podcast? Any real sports bettor that has any fucking clue what they're doing, this is how you're getting paid, guys. Not betting yourself, not listening to some moron because he has a social media thing popping off all day long. These guys are world-class marketers. They don't know a fucking thing about making money betting sports, period. So, guys, there you go right there. I told you we've been killing first 5. Since last week's podcast, there's a record for you guys of 28-3. $1,000 players up $25,000. You tell me that you're up 25 units since last week. You can lie to me, just don't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve it. Anyway, now these are teams that are not hot. I do not want you to bet these teams in the first 5 innings. Baltimore, 0-5. White Sox, 1-4. Toronto, 1-4. Pittsburgh, 1-4. Guys, those are teams that you don't want to bet first 5. I told you who the top fucking teams are first 5. Go get your money. But like I said, you still need to know when to pick your spots. Take advantage of that promotion. Spend the $250 for 7 days of the owner's selections, and I'll work with you personally and show you how to get this money, because after all, you deserve it. Don't you think there comes a time where you deserve to shine? You deserve something special? If things are rough, or you went through a breakup, or you're not happy at your job, or something isn't right, you don't deserve to be down and out. You deserve to get motivated. You deserve to get positive. Make sure you keep positive people around you. Because remember, guys, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Stay focused. If you guys want to make a second income, I'm here for you. I want to talk about a couple marquee matchups this weekend, because these are games that are very, very important, and they're top dollar games. Houston Astros at the New York Yankees. Shout out to Joey D, Mark D, all my New York Yankee fans. New York completed a 3-game sweep over ace Blake Snell and the Rays with a 12-1 victory Wednesday as a plus $1.10 underdog. The Yankees have homered in 22 consecutive games and just 3 shy of the franchise record, by the way, set in 1941. And by the way, this is without Stanton. This was without Judge. This team right here is getting the fucking job done. Major League Baseball record is 27, set by the 2002 Texas Rangers. Now, here's the breakdown. Houston. Cincinnati Reds just swept them, beat the dog shit out of them. This is the first time the Astros have been swept in 10 months, and it was by a team that entered the series 31-38. A 400 team who's not that good. Here's the question that, needs to be asked. Is Cincinnati better than we thought, or were the Astros looking ahead to the series against the Yankees? I'll answer that right now. Astros are still that solid team. They always go through that time of the year where they don't play too well. I don't know if it's so much overlooking that series to the Yankees. They were doing a little bit too much drinking alcohol and fucking their side pieces on the road is what they were doing. They were a little tired. They were doing their fucking thing. Whatever they were doing, they weren't mentally clear to play baseball. So it's a sloppy team right now. I wouldn't be betting Houston with your money. I do not bet Houston. I would not bet Houston for a while. Has Cincinnati been playing good lately? Yes. Are they some solid team that we should be looking forward to killing the playoffs? No. But Cincinnati's playing good ball, and in baseball, you got to play streaks because that's where the money is. You can't have heart in your team. It's all about who pays. Remember, I don't give a fuck who wins or loses. All I care about is who pays the bills. You know what I mean? Moving on. LA Dodgers, by the way, are still dominating at home, guys. Write this down. 29-9. If you ever bet the Dodgers, you make sure you bet them at home. But they are usually big favorites, so you got to be careful. You can't just bet every game on the run line and get greedy, nor can you bet minus $2 games. And just like Dr. Anthony said, all the games that we're playing are plus $1.10, minus 15. You don't need me for a minus $1.90. That's not what a true sports consultant does. Okay? A consultant like myself is going to find you the best value and figure out how to make the most money I could possibly make for the both of us. Remember, I don't get paid unless you do. That pretty much cuts all the BS out of it right away. Here's the question. The Dodgers host Colorado this weekend. Colorado's been playing pretty good, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Do you see this as an opportunity to bet the Dodgers at home? Absolutely. I like the Dodgers. They got a 29-9 home record. As long as it's not $1.80, $1.70, anything 150 or under is definitely worth taking at home. Guys, like I said, we brought Dr. Anthony in, one of my clients, at $10,000 a game, making a couple $100,000 with our program. Like I said, nobody's winning like me. The only thing hotter than the Vegas weather right now are my games. Guys, either jump on the money train or get ran over. Don't be bamboozled by all these fake guys claiming to be world-class handicappers, world-class marketers, and don't know nothing about sports. You work too hard for your money to throw it away. I'm doing a promotion for $250 to get 7 days of owner selections. I don't ever do that. Make sure you take advantage of it because you deserve it. Let me help you build the bankroll for football. I know it's summertime and you guys are relaxing and the places where it was freezing cold, the sun's starting to come out and people are enjoying their summers. But remember, you got to keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. The big prize here is building a bankroll for football. Football's going to be here before you know it, and it's going to be knocking on your door. These sports come in and out before you know it, guys, and I want to make sure you're not caught with your pants down, because after all, you deserve it. I went over the top first 5 teams that I've been making a ton of money with. I brought my client on there as proof of guys that are here in town making money. Guys, I've been in the same location 18 years, licensed and bonded in the state of Nevada. I don't have anything to hide. I am the best sports consultant money can buy, and you deserve to get involved. All I can tell you guys is men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. When it comes down to winning games and crushing these bookies, there's only one absolute blowout winner, and that's you. But the only way you can get the things that you want out of life is to call me. Like I said, it's you and I against the bookie, not you and I against each other. Give me a call. Let's go work together. I don't care if you're brand new in the business or you've been in the business a long time. All I want to do is add to your arsenal. If you're going to war and you got an Uzi, you could always use a tank. On the behalf of VIP Sports and myself, we love you. It's summertime. It's time to get that money. And like I say, stay positive. Keep positive people around you. Stay motivated. Stay excited. It's the only way you can accomplish your goals and get anything you want out of life. We love you. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't let the players be the only ones to get paid. Fair enough?
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put a $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock. So sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Bobby.
I keep hearing things.